Peace and blessings, world, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a fresh take on this week's hot topics. And we got a really good show for you guys. But before we get started, I got to introduce the panel. First and foremost, got to give a shout out to my man, Bo 2.0. Talk to me, Bo. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up, world? Let's get it.
All right. We got the Iceman, Mr. Amir Drake. How you feeling today, bro?
I'm good, man. Let's get it, fellas. Let's go.
Okay, we got that young and talented Mr. Worldwide himself, Courtney Chappelle. How you feeling, brother?
I'm good, Joe. I can't complain. Good time for some sports convo. Let's go.
All right, let's go. And last but not least, the guy that makes all this run so smooth, man, and just keeps it all together. Got to shout out my man to the professional, Mr. Devon Stanfield. How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. Let's get it popping.
All right, cool. I guess he's the disembodied voice today. But listen, guys, got to talk about La La Land. Got to start with the Lakers. I know they was talking about wearing the Mamba jerseys. So do you think LA is going to close it out, man, in honor of Kobe Bryant, LeBron getting another championship? Ice, I'm going to start with you, man. Talk to me about the Lakers. Do you think they're in the Mamba uniforms?
Yeah, they not losing in them uniforms, man. I think LeBron, tried to stretch it an extra game to get his teammates an extra check. Man, this year, it's over with, man. It's over with.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Bo next on this one, man. What do you think? You think the Lakers is gonna pull it out in the Mamba uniforms, or you think my man Jimmy Buckets got something to say about that?
Hey, man, Miami gonna get one more game. I got faith in them. They gonna get one more game. Miami won't. I said whoever win this series is gonna win in six. Obviously, it looked like the Lakers gonna win. They was favored to win. They should win. Obviously, if you missing, Miami missed two of their three best players. Two of their best players most of the series. So, but I got them winning game. I got them winning game five. Miami get game five. Hopefully. Come. I got faith in you, Miami. Get game five. Give me one more, Jimmy. Give me one more, Jimmy.
Okay, cool. So, Mr. Young and Talented, man, you think they're gonna get it done?
I think the Lakers gonna close it out. I think this series is pretty much over. I will leave this caveat out there. I think it's strange that they upped the jerseys into playing in Game 5 because they weren't supposed to. I'll say this: if Bo could if they could pull this out, if they could pull Game 5 out, the Lakers in trouble.
Yeah, what you say? Game five.
Game 5 to me is always the deciding factor of the series. But if they pull this one out right here, I think they change the series and they could get the series only because now Jimmy and them get to run with that moniker that y'all upped it in them Kobe jerseys and now y'all lost. Y'all went undefeated in them, rushed to the head. Now y'all 4-1 in the pressure on y'all because y'all should have closed us out instead of being greedy, instead of trying to be cute with all the Mamba antics. It's kind of like how you rolled out the champagne and the yellow tape in front of Ray Allen and them, and they got back in the series because you kind of pissed them off.
I agree.
Okay, Mr. Professional, what you think, man? You think we'll close it out in the Mamba uniform, or you think?
Hold on, Ice was saying something.
Oh,
I was just saying I agree with you, Court. Like the pressure is on the Lakers for bringing them jerseys out.
Yeah,
for sure. The pressure is on. They better not lose in them jerseys.
Game 5 in them jerseys. Telling y'all.
Disrespectful. They lost in those jerseys. Now, Mr.
Go ahead, Irv, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, we put the question in your hands. What do you think? You think the Lakers going to bring it home in those jerseys, or you think they're going to disrespect them?
I feel like we were in church when Bo was talking. Like he was like trying to speak life into the heat. Like, yo,
I got faith in you.
You really, I got faith in y'all. You know, the power of Jesus is in it.
Hey, Courtney, what you say?
Huh?
Yo, Irv, is it just me or did we watch Jimmy Butler shave points in the last game? Yo,
Listen, man, it's going to be hard for him to drop.
Yo, he ain't go to Court. Did we not talk? Did he not go to the rack 4 times and 2 times turn the ball over and the other 2 times look the pass? Stop it, man. Stop.
Okay, I'll say what I got to say after this. Go ahead.
Yo.
Hey, I only
want to win, bro. They want this narrative of, and no disrespect to my man Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant, man. No disrespect. They don't want, bro.
Shout out to Dalton Smith, but real quick, man, I got a rant on this, and then I'm gonna give it back to you, professional. I really hate narrative, like it just going with the narrative. I feel like it's lazy TV. It's lazy. Just being journalists. A journalist should be able to write about whatever is going on and make it pop, make it hot. But this whole cookie cutter narrative, it's in the Kobe jerseys. If they sprinkles up for winners, go out and win it. I hate the narrative. I hate it. All right, go ahead. I'm done with my rant. Go ahead.
Yo, man.
I'm gonna sit this.
Yo, I took great joy. I take great joy in listening to what Bo had to say about this because it's hilarious to me. They could have won game. They could have won game 4 easily. They could have won game 2 easily. I will say this.
No, they wasn't gonna win game 2.
They could have won game 2, bro.
They lost by 10, but they wasn't gonna win their first game.
They pulled away in the end. They could have won.
They wasn't gonna win their first game without Bam.
Let me just tell you something. If Jimmy has the same mentality in games 2 and 4 that he had in game 3, they are up 3-1 right now.
Don't know about
point blank. Period.
Shout out to Dennis Holmes and Dalton.
It should be 2-2 right now. I give you that. It should definitely be 2-2.
I mean, that's that. I'll take that. I mean,
I'll say this. I only called D. Stanfield after game 4. He's the only person I called, and I just looked at him and I go,
"Yo, he ain't say Court. Yo, no lies are being told. He ain't say nothing."
Well, hold on, Court.
I saw him sit on them butter soft leather couches that Deep Works had. It's just yo,
what did I say at the beginning of the bubble? And you argued me down. What did I say?
No. You believe that they are doing this and given, which I won't disagree with you. There's players who feel like if Braun didn't want to play, they wouldn't be playing. There's a lot of people who felt like this is rigged for Braun. Okay, a lot of people always feel that about Braun championships, whether true or not. A lot of people feel that about Braun championships. I'm not here to argue that or not. What I'm here to say is, my point was, at games 2 and 4, it should be 2-2. It shouldn't be 3-1. It should be tied up. It should be 2-2. But I'm saying in 2 and 4, there are equal moments in the fourth quarter where the Heat, the youngins, don't have it right now. They need someone to inspire them to go, hey, we could do this, y'all. And he get to the rim and he pass it. Or he get down there and he act like he don't know what to do. He's played LeBron more than anybody on that team outside of Haslam. He's the only one who's going to be able to raise the youngin. If he play like he did in game 3, they asked to win game 5 and be on the road to win game 6. When he want to play passive and want everybody to do the scoring, this is the result of that. All I did was call D and I said, D, people think I'm hating on Jimmy. I go, you was mad at Andrew. You was mad at Cat. They would have to score. That would be their responsibility. D, you would score. You're going to have to go get 30, 40 to beat them dudes, bro.
Okay.
Fact of Monday.
Not even be a superstar, but you're going to have to get 30, 40. Somebody on the team got to get 30 if you're going to try Braun and AD, bro.
Okay. And I'm going to go to the comments real quick. Trust Raven was like, man, I'm torn. They got to throw on the Kobe, LOL. NBA got to go with the Lakers. But to be real, my Miami Heat are getting game 5. It should be pretty astonishing how Miami is hanging tight in each game and outside of the game. And I think that's what Courtney was speaking to. They end the games. So can you bring it home or can you not bring it home? It seemed like they could bring it home against Boston. But some way, it seems like they can't get it done against the Lakers.
Hey, Bo.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
God is dope.
I like that.
You know what, Bo? My next question, man. It's Philadelphia 76ers hired Doc Rivers. We had a lot to say about Doc Rivers over the past couple of weeks.
Oh, let me bow out.
This is your team. Was this the right hire? Like, how do you feel about this Doc Rivers hire?
Well, shit, I think we all know he ain't gonna get them to the championship, but he'll get them further. He'll get them further in the playoffs. But when it comes to
don't clap at that, Court. Because he's doing.
That's a joy. Thank you.
He's doing what you just said right now.
I mean, obviously, you know how I feel about the 76ers. Roster-wise, they got a good roster. They got to get rid of Al Horford and try to find a way to get Buddy Hield, but they need somebody like Doc for Embiid though to get on Embiid ass to get him in shape. You know what I mean? To stop to get Embiid because Doc gonna get in Embiid shit. Which he needs somebody like that. Brett Brown was too soft. He might tell
Brett Brown was shitty. He wasn't soft.
And he might tell Ben Simmons, if you open, shoot the fucking ball or I'll bench you. He might tell him that. So, and he's telling B to get your big ass in the post and post up because obviously when you down low, can't nobody stop you. Nobody in the league can guard you when you're back to the basket. Nobody in the NBA can guard you. So they needed somebody like that. But when they get to the playoffs and Doc got 3-1, chances are he's gonna lose. I'm just fucking it is what it is. Shit.
Hey, shout out to Trust Raven again. He said Doc Rivers hiring feels like the NFL hiring Mike McCarthy. Two coaches living off of one championship. Mr. Professional, you've been critical over Doc Rivers over the past couple of years. I mean, do you feel like he would be a good mix for Philadelphia? Do you feel like he can help get them over the hump?
First of all, critical is not the right word. It's a little bit harsh. I haven't been critical of Doc Rivers. I've been honest. Pertaining to Doc Rivers. The only things that I've said is that the aura around Doc Rivers is overrated because for at least 8 years he has had championship caliber teams and only got to the championship twice and only won it once. Those are facts. It's not like if you could measure the same type of talent to the San Antonios of the world and the Detroit Pistons of the world, and they got it done. They got it done, but he didn't. So
same team though.
With the same team.
No. That's what I'm saying. San Antonio got it done with the same team.
He had the same team for 5 straight years in Clipperland in LA, and then he arguably had a better team this year.
But my thing is, you gotta realize it's different. It's different personalities that you're dealing with each team. Like that Boston team, it was win or die. Like it was win or die with that Boston team. With the Clippers, it was like you got young Blake. Like them boys was like in their prime, but CP3 was in his prime. Blake and DeAndre, they were still trying to figure it out. So it's kind of hard to juggle that. It's kind of hard to adjust from having Boston, an older Boston team that's like, we just gonna get this shit done, and the Clippers with Blake and them, and they still trying to figure it out. It's two totally different situations.
Hold up, Irv.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yo, correct me if I'm wrong, Ice. You got CP3, JJ Redick, Matt Barnes, Jamal Crawford.
Matt Barnes don't count. He don't even really count that shit.
Bro, he was the one. He was the one punching niggas in the face when they was getting in Blake face, right?
He don't even count.
I'm just naming these cats that he had at his disposal, bro. And these are facts. He had CP3, Matt Barnes, JJ Redick, DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin. Not to discount anything that you said, because let's be clear, it's very difficult to win a championship in the NBA. Period.
They had the most talented roster.
But they had the most athletic and talented roster in the NBA in the Western Conference, and they couldn't even get to a Western Conference Finals.
Okay, answer me this.
It's not even. Let's not even get to a championship. They couldn't even get to a Western Conference Finals.
Answer me this. When were they all healthy? When did they have that?
The year Josh Smith and James Harden beat them.
Yep.
Yeah.
The year 2015 when Golden State won their first ring.
The only thing that I will give you off
that's the only year they was healthy.
The only thing I'll give you off the rip ice with regard to this is had he not got hurt in that San Antonio series, they definitely were winning the chip that year. At CP3, had he not tore that hamstring in that series, they were winning the chip.
What year was that?
I think it was like his third year there. They were killing everybody that year.
What, the year they beat San Antonio in a game?
Yeah, but he tore his hamstring in the closeout game.
2016.
Yeah,
they wouldn't beat Golden State that year. Golden State went 73-9 that year. They wouldn't beat them. I don't give a fuck what you talking about.
Did they win the chip?
They lost to Cleveland. That was the only team that was gonna beat them.
Okay, all right.
The Clippers weren't beating the 73-9 Warriors.
Okay,
you can miss me with that shit.
Okay, Courtney, you sitting there waiting patiently, but real quick, Courtney, before
they just would have took their loss earlier.
Hold on, hey D. Now, Ice, I think there's one thing that you leaving out with that Boston team. That Boston team is what caused LeBron to take his talents to South Beach.
Absolutely.
Facts.
So Boston would have continued to go to the finals if LeBron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh didn't.
Stop.
That's
not facts, bro.
Exactly.
Yes, that is facts.
That's not facts. That he went to freaking South Beach after he lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to Dwight Howard and them. Stop it. That's not facts.
Yeah, he lost to Hold on, D. He lost to Dwight Howard because Boston was hurt that year. KG
he beat Boston to get to Dwight Howard, and then he lost to them. That's why he went to South Beach.
KG didn't play that year.
That's why he went to South Beach.
KD just came
that year in the playoffs. His tenure in Cleveland. God dang Dwight Howard here. So whenever you get through, stop. Cut the shit.
No, he lost to Boston the last year. He left Cleveland. I can Google it right now.
Yeah, he lost to Boston.
He lost to Boston.
Shit.
Okay, I'll pull it up. Don't worry about it. I know what I'm talking about.
Pull it up.
He lost to Boston.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Even if he lost to Boston his last year, Dwight Howard is the one that ended him from getting even close to the goddamn championship.
But he knew he couldn't beat Boston. Boston
couldn't even beat Dwight Howard.
No, he couldn't beat Dwight Howard either. You're right. He couldn't. He could. Let's be real. That Magic team was better than Cleveland.
I got to get you on the feed. Hold up. I got to get you on the feed because I know what you about to say. But go ahead. Let me.
Yeah, no. Let Courtney get something.
That's why I said let me drop myself off so Court can.
Yeah, he been patient.
This is not about even Boston. Understand something, bro. We're gonna be real. Doc Rivers got hired by the Philadelphia 76ers. Everybody want to know what this does. This basically puts Philadelphia in a position the Clippers was, which they've already been in, consistently in the playoffs below expectation. Doc Rivers has the same issue everywhere minus one place. Y'all went around everything and didn't understand. He had the same issue in Orlando. He couldn't get over the hump. He lost 3-1. He lost there too. He couldn't get over it in Boston. He got his one win with that group. Tom Thibodeau was on his staff. That was a better coaching staff. He had a defensive anchor, an offensive anchor. They worked as one unit. If you go watch the Boston run, when they was coming out certain things on defense, Rondo, KG, they talking to Tibbs. They wasn't talking to Doc on certain circumstances. It was like a combination. Doc has moved forward and had plenty opportunity to be successful with the Clippers, from the CP3 team to a new group and team that he has right now. He is a fucking choke artist when it comes to closing games. That's the reality of it. He also is a horrible GM when it comes to making sure his team is insulated with parts that will help them if the others are not on their best job. He never insulates his team. The best insulated team he had, guess what? Boston, where he wasn't in control of the roster for the most part, where Danny Ainge put the pieces in place. He had control in the Clipper world. It didn't work. He lost control last year and had expectations of being a championship coach. And he choked again because he has problems closing. He want to be successful in Philadelphia. As I'm volunteering myself as an apprenticeship on the scouting side, let me help you, Doc. Go get a new staff. younger people who can relate to the youth, so it won't be that long and hard of a transition to get people to work with you. Add to your coaching staff, get you a defensive anchor, and then insulate the Sixers with shooters. They don't need no more of your homeboys. Yep. They don't need nobody you got a relationship with. They don't need your son. They don't need nothing but productive, good players who have no relationship to you, sir.
Hey, can I throw one thing on that just at the end? Just at the end.
Huh?
Yes, I said, can I just throw one thing on that?
Sure. I'm good. I just wanted to
let's stop being emotional and refraining from trading your son for a perennial all-star that could get you over the hump and get you a W in the championship. Carmelo. All right, I'm done.
I got one question.
Oh, ass nigga.
If the season then gets suspended, do you think the Clippers still would have lost before the Western Conference Finals?
I don't think they would have lost before the Western Conference Finals. I think it was a possibility.
Yeah, that's a very valid point.
I think they would have lost prior to the Western Conference Finals. I think their matchup, the person that they had the issue with in the matchup would have been the issue for them because of the way the team is built compared to theirs.
I got a question for D. D Stanfield, is Doc Rivers part of the Good Old Boy Network?
Define the Good Old Boy Network as it pertains to the NBA, not in general, but as it pertains to the NBA.
He was unemployed for 2 days. It's like the good old boy, the retreads. It's like these are the guys that's always in the loop no matter what.
Can I answer that, Stanfield?
Because there's ties in Philly, but go ahead.
I'll answer that. It's not that he's part of the Good Boys Club. There aren't a lot of NBA executives with courage. You feel me? There's not a lot of NBA executives with the courage like Masai Ujiri to go get a Nick Nurse who was the D-League coach who moved up as an assistant, who didn't have any real NBA ties already having coaches. Very rare that the executives are going to take chances like that. So Good Old Boys Club, I don't know, more as they go with network connections and familiarity instead of just going with something new and fresh.
I think they're scared to take chances, Corey.
They big scared to take chances.
That sounds like Good Old Boy Network to me, man. That sounds like, Mike McCarthy. That sounds like, Oh, and real quick, one of the people that's watching the show, Miss Trisha Joy. Thank you for watching the show.
I'm gonna post it. There it is right there.
Okay. She had a quick question. She was like, "Why people don't hold Damian Lillard accountable for anything?" Interesting.
His team was horrible
this year for no reason.
Can I answer that?
Yeah, Ice. Yeah, she said
she said his team was horrible for no reason.
She obviously didn't watch Portland this year. Their whole team was hurt until the bubble.
It's not for a reason. I get what she's saying.
Everybody was hurt.
She said for no reason.
Got Melo late.
Ariza was late.
Ariza was late through trade. Melo was late. Yeah, Gary Trent didn't get on until after the bubble.
Everybody basically went through injury spurts within the time.
Nurkic didn't come back until the bubble.
You can't hold Dame accountable after what he did in the bubble. He was the best player in the bubble.
Dame and CJ are. I get what she's trying to say.
She said Dame and CJ were enough. They haven't been enough.
Carmelo, I got y'all. Carmelo Anthony didn't get on that team until after Kobe Bryant died.
Correct.
Yes,
exactly. That's January.
Exactly.
February, and Trevor Ariza didn't get on until after the trade deadline within signing.
That's correct. Exactly. Right before the trade deadline.
Right before Kobe, we got to remember Kobe happened in March.
Yeah.
So that's like the beginning of the time. Now, early they played horrible as a unit early, but I don't put when you say Damian Lillard holding accountability, I don't hold him accountable as I hold his coach.
Yeah,
his coach is an idiot to me. But I've been saying that. I don't know if you heard me, Trusted Joy, but I've been saying that for at least 2 years. I think his coach is like terrible. Okay, she lost KD and Russell Westbrook was by himself, and y'all still expected more. No, I did not expect more.
You got a lot of smoke for Dame tonight, man.
Just let me solidify this for y'all. She's only saying that because she's an Oklahoma City fan.
Right.
She's a Russell Westbrook fan.
Right.
We all know this.
Right.
I do feel as though her merit behind holding Dame accountable for being the leader of that team is justified. I do not feel as though holding him accountable for everyone else's play when nobody else was there consistently throughout the entire year until you got to the bubble. And then when you got to the bubble, you saw what they were actually capable of, and they still didn't have a reason, and they still made the playoffs. So what you're saying doesn't necessarily doesn't hold water when you think about it in its totality.
I just don't think Russell Westbrook expectations was held higher than Damian Lillard. I didn't hold high expectations when Kevin Durant left. Maybe the masses did. I didn't hold high expectations. I
wouldn't hold Russell Westbrook's expectations higher only because of the simple fact that he's never had. When Kevin Durant and Harden left, he has never since then had another superstar or star on the side of him for more than 2 years. It's not fair to hold him accountable, to hold him as accountable or hold his expectations on the same level as Dame when Dame has been playing with his homeboy, his counterpart, for the last what is it, 8 years now, 7 years? So
see, hold on. See, you just gave yourself no. You just gave yourself up, Miss Joy. You said Russell Westbrook broke his face, KD broke his foot. You expected him to go to the playoffs. We expected Dame to go to the playoffs. He did go to the playoffs. He also went to the Western Conference Finals the year prior. He also doesn't have a problem understanding who's the better of his team. We have to play something here, Ms. Joy. Damian Lillard is a better basketball player than Russell Westbrook.
Facts.
Absolutely.
By far.
That's why 2 years ago he was waiting. Bye-bye. Remember that? I want you to remember that. Look.
Hold on. When you say that, Russell Westbrook gets held accountable for not developing better as he's gotten as far as he's gotten. He still doesn't have a consistent jump shot. He still is top 3 in turnovers in the league. He still acts like he don't know what he can and can't do or what he's capable of. He still doesn't play complete totality defense. Like, I'm not against Russell Westbrook, but who expected him to do more outside of people in Oklahoma?
I love Russ.
We all love Russ. Let's be clear.
Y'all know.
We all love Russ.
Yeah, I love Russ. Russ is a fucking nut. Russ might have, out of all the superstars, Russ definitely has the worst IQ. It's not even close.
I'm with you. She said it's time to hold Dame accountable. I'll hold Dame as accountable as you hold Russell Westbrook for not getting out the first round the last 4 years, and Damian Lillard's been in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay. Interested in Trisha. Thank you very much.
And while you holding them accountable, Court, just make sure that she understands that the last time they saw each other, Dame told Russ to go home. When he had another superstar next to him.
Absolutely. But real quick, before I move on, did you guys have anything else about Doc? Bo, did you want to chime in? And is Doc in the Good Old Boys network, or y'all done with the Doc situation?
He got to figure out what he gonna do. Is he gonna? I'm hearing rumors that he's gonna trade Ben Simmons to Minnesota. If you Minnesota, do you do that? Or what are you gonna do?
The first round draft pick.
The first pick, yeah. If you Minnesota, do you do that? If you the Timberwolves, will you do that?
That's a good ass question.
If you the Timberwolves, do you take Ben Simmons to no one pick
to draft LaMelo?
No.
If you Minnesota, do you do that?
No.
Okay. If you don't take Ben Simmons, you don't think Ben Simmons better than everybody in the draft class?
Say that again.
But besides Melo, you don't think Ben Simmons better than everybody in the draft class?
I wouldn't.
It's not about that.
It's not about him being better than everybody in the draft class. It's about putting him on Minnesota.
Yeah.
What the hell is he going to do?
What is he going to do? What is he going to do with Minnesota?
He play power forward.
So power forward in Philadelphia.
D'Angelo Russell can play out the ball.
Huh?
D'Angelo Russell can play out the ball.
That's nasty.
And look,
now you want to put 2 high school dudes. See, here everybody go.
They teammates.
So what? Here we go back to putting them back. We know Ben Simmons is most effective how? With the ball in his hand. D'Angelo Russell is not most effective without the ball in his hand. We've witnessed this version of D'Angelo Russell already.
Hey, Courtney, real quick, I want to give Ice an opportunity to defend something he said. Miss Joy said, how could Russ lead the league in assists and have a low IQ? Could you kind of go a little deeper on why you said Russ was a low IQ superstar? And then I'm going to go to the NFL.
Wait. I can answer that.
Wait. Russ led the league in assists.
She just said, I'm going to step out the conversation. She said, y'all have a problem.
Russ didn't lead the league in assists until the rules around assists changed, correct?
No.
And then on top of that, after the rules changed, that's when KD was gone, right?
Yeah, he didn't lead the league.
Listen.
I mean,
Herb asked me.
Yeah.
Let me address this.
Okay, go ahead, Ice.
Just because you average a triple-double, that doesn't mean that your IQ is high. Like, that just means you're active at getting the ball. So he was late in games. He shoots terrible.
He don't know situational basketball.
What? What he shoot, like 30%? What was it?
He shot.
He missed 44 shots that one year. Like, as a point guard, on top of turning the ball over in the clutch. Like, Courtney says it all the time. Like, he messes up, like, all the time. He even messed up this year.
I got you.
For the playoff series that he had, the first year he led, the first year he averaged a triple double. The playoff series that he went into, he shot 23% from three. 23. That should tell you to stop fucking shooting the three. Stop fucking shooting the 3-pointers.
I can say this. 2016, 2017, Russell Westbrook is leading the team.
He had Victor Oladipo. What you mean he had no shooting guards? Shut that shit up. Stop making excuses for it. Victor Oladipo wasn't an all-star yet in OKC. Don't do that.
He had no shooting guard, bro.
What year did KD leave, y'all?
2016. After 2016.
Yeah.
After the 2016-2017 season.
Yeah, after the 2015-2016 season, yeah.
So he was going 2016-2017.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure I'm looking at his actual stats, because from what I see here offensively, the boy was averaging every statistical offensive day you could literally average. He was average in transition. He was average over the half court. He was very good with the shot clock under 4. He was average out of bounds, average everything. He was an average everything offensively, literally. There was nothing he was excellent at. He was below average on spot up shooters. He was an average defender. I like Russell Westbrook, but I mean, why are you acting like we diss Russell?
I love Russ.
All I was commenting is that I don't like assertive players, and I'm probably the most loving assertive player out of the group.
He's a head case.
Yeah, he's just a head case. So he be all right.
His IQ is terrible. Like, just because you get all them stats, that don't mean your IQ can't be bad.
As we were saying on the joint, Doc could be cool. I mean, this is both things, so I get to enjoy Philadelphia, try to figure this thing out. But Minnesota going Ben Simmons in the trading and all that happening, I could see Ben Simmons going to Golden State
Golden State.
I could see that possibly happening, but Minnesota, it'd be a bad move for Minnesota, good move for Philadelphia.
If Minnesota don't take Ant-Man, they are retarded.
Yeah. Okay. It'll be good for Ben Simmons, man. I think Doc would be good for Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Al Horford in that group. And he gets Tobias Harris back.
Okay. Well, this next question here, I got to start with the professional.
Go ahead.
The Tennessee Titans. I think we're up to 22 positive tests for COVID-19, whether it's for players or as well as coaches. On top of that, they got two more players that tested positive, and I believe you had brought to my attention that there was a practice, an unsanctioned practice that happened last week.
Facts.
That possibly caused these next two positive tests. So, Mr. Professional, I just want you to speak on this situation right here. Do you feel like the NFL should come down heavy-handed on the Tennessee Titans, or do you feel like this is just something that happened and wasn't them necessarily being negligent in getting all of these positive tests?
19 players get COVID last week. For what reason and how this happened, nobody knows, right? Out of nowhere. 19 players. And then they go through the NFL's already established COVID protocol, which means no human contact with anyone outside of your household, your family.
Right, and the facilities line.
And the facilities line for the next 5 days. This is something that the CBA agreed with before we started the season back. This is something that the teams agree with because, let's be clear, and this goes to Courtney's point, which is what I'm going to allude to here, the players wanted to play this season. So they agreed to these terms. The owners agreed to these terms. The teams agreed to these terms. And then you come around and it's discovered that you're having an unsanctioned informal practice in direct violation of those rules. And in turn, out of that tomfoolery, you get two more on top of the 19 that you already have in your facility. You get two more positive tests this week. You're putting your team at risk. You're putting your players' lives at risk, literally. And you're putting another team at risk, the Buffalo Bills, who you're slated to play this week. So if you asking me if the NFL should come down on them heavily, absolutely, 100%. But what? Let's make it relative. I don't think you should impose a forfeit on a game just because.
That was my next question. I was about to ask you, how do you feel about the forfeit?
And here's why I say that though. The NFL is stupid. They're historically behind everyone else. You watched almost this identical situation go on with the Miami Marlins in baseball, and yet and still in your COVID protocols, you didn't take it upon yourself to implement procedures that would guilt trip people into actually abiding by the rules that you set in place. You watched Lemon Pepper Lou happen, and you still didn't put these things in writing. So I don't feel like you should be able to come after the fact and implement some things implement some verbiage that is, number one, could be catastrophic to a team's ability to make the playoffs. When you had more than enough examples around you to put those things into play. No, you go back to what you've done in the past. You hit them with a hefty fine, $1 million fine, and you hit them with the draft picks thing. And that's hefty enough to where longevity-wise, it's going to hurt the organization financially. When you talk about a forfeit, that ain't hurting nobody financially, but you take stuff out of people's pockets. And don't get me wrong, these owners are billionaires, so I mean, $1 million is not really out of control, but you want to hit them in the pockets where it really, really hurts, so that longevity-wise, you can make a stand and make an example out of them for the next person. You constantly make examples out of players. It's time that you make examples out of these teams as a whole.
Now, D, real quick before I open up to the rest of the panel. Now, you blamed it on the NFL, but the rest of the teams are doing pretty good. This is isolated. This is only the Tennessee Titans that's had like a super spread situation.
No. It's only the Tennessee Titans that we know of. But let's be clear. Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore have just had positive tests. And we know for a fact that on at least 2 occasions, the New England Patriots have been known to have illegal practices on Monday and Tuesdays, violating the CBA, which says that after a game day, you cannot have practices the first 2 days after a game day. The Pittsburgh Steelers have done the same thing. This is not the first time that this has occurred. So let's not act like this is new. Let's not act like these these coaches and these players not going to do what the hell they want to do if they feel like they can get away with it.
The Patriots always break the rules. That's what they do.
Back to Monday. That's my point. So if you're going to, you don't have things in writing. I don't think you should be able to change laws in the middle of a season. Go off what you already have in place. Period. Okay. And to your point, Irv, and I'm glad that you worded it that way because that's a good point. I don't think that you just blame the NFL, but the way that the question was posed, we got to talk about the people that's going to be handing down the hammer. But let's be clear: these teams operate as separate entities up under the NFL shield. So they honestly feel like this is their business. They should be able to run their business the way that they want to. But no one business is bigger than the NFL. So if you violate those rules, you should have to face the consequences that are already in place, though.
Okay, so Bo, what's your thoughts on the Tennessee Titans and how should the NFL handle them?
I mean, obviously they're not gonna be able to forfeit no game. Ain't nobody doing that. I mean, the best you can do is take a draft pick, take a third or fourth round pick. That's the only thing I could think they could do. But
why can't they forfeit a game?
When have you think they're gonna forfeit a game? When have you ever seen that happen?
It's not like they can play a double header. How much can you back it up? Like they've already backed up one game and took their bye. They don't have any more room. This won't be the last out. This won't be the last outbreak. I'm surprised it took this long. This won't be the last outbreak. Like I told you when it first happened, I'm surprised it took this long. It's just a matter of time.
They shouldn't even be playing. They shouldn't even be playing.
They be playing anyway. And then obviously they decided to play, but the NFL, I didn't know if they could do a bubble, but they should have did something different this year. It should have been nationally. Obviously, AFC plays AFC, NFC play NFC. Just conference games. They should have done it anyway.
They should have had neutral site location.
Neutral site location.
And exactly. You come in 5 days before the game. You get tested.
And you should have had the players staying at the training facility. Like, you know how they got training camp? They should have made the players do that. They
should have had 3 and 4 games in one location with 6 and 8 teams.
They should have had just like you do training camp. They should have had the players in the training camp like style. You stay here for 3 or 4 months and you do the season. Then after you finish the NFC, after you finish conference play, after NFC play each other for that year, do you do playoffs? That's it. Then you playoffs, Super Bowl, okay, whatever. That's the only thing I can think of because this way is not going to work. And it won't be the last outbreak. Like I said, it won't be the last outbreak.
Okay. So, Courtney, I know you're ready to go. How you feel about these Tennessee Titans and how should the NFL handle this situation?
Don't care. I told y'all it was about money, so I don't care. I told y'all I wasn't going to not play. I told you they did not care about no COVID in the NFL. They care about them checks being cut, them rating being rated. You see, they pushing games to Mondays, Tuesdays. It don't matter, Playboy. You gonna play these games.
You gonna play.
I'm sick, dead or alive. Unless you are dead and you can't get dead, y'all gonna play these games, man. You think these owners give a damn about y'all safety? No. What are y'all talking about? I told y'all, man. I'm not being funny. Like, I'm not being funny or dismissive of COVID. I'm not being dismissive of the health. I'm not being dismissive of any of that. What I'm saying is when we had this conversation 2 months.
Thank you, Trisha Joy. Say it again, Trisha Joy. Thank you.
I told y'all. I'm sure other teams have unsanctioned practice. That is a fact. But what you and Devon Stanfield are practicing right now is dry snitching. Who cares? You are the one who got caught. It don't matter what everybody else did, man. You got caught. So you messed up. So yes, they got caught, and they got to deal with being penalized for being the group that got caught in stupidity. However they got caught. You feel me? Even in COVID, you got caught. You just shouldn't cheat anymore. You're just stupid. But I told y'all they did not care about that. I told y'all college football was going to play. I told y'all NFL was going to go. I told y'all baseball was going to go. I told y'all this is about checks. Them billionaires ain't cutting checks without gain. These are facts. So I'm not subject. I'm just letting y'all know we can talk about this until we blow in the face. Everybody want to do the wrong thing. Come on. And stop Josh snitching, talking about they ain't the only one.
And look, shout out to
Court. That's why I started off my rant by saying Court is gonna get into this because I knew where this was gonna go.
I know, but hold on, AD, real quick. Shout out to Trisha Joy, man. She got the comments on fire, and you're right. She said COVID is serious, but the reaction is overblown. Interesting. I'm sure other teams held unsanctioned practices
as well. That's why I said say it again, Herb, because let me tell you something. And Courtney is absolutely right. I'm not dry snitching, but Courtney is absolutely right. It's all about the money. And let me just tell y'all something. If your fucking president ain't taking it seriously, why the fuck should we? Okay, listen. If he don't mind putting all your Secret Service people at risk while he over there shaking hands and hugging on all of them boys, he's putting everybody at risk. I think he got something like 12 cabinet members that have tested positive since he breathed his ass back into the White House. So let's be clear. If he ain't taking it seriously, why the hell should we? And like Courtney said in the very beginning when we started having these conversations, you wanted to play this shit, so what you get is on you.
Okay, so Ice, what's your thoughts on these Tennessee Titans, man? How should the NFL handle these guys?
I want to know what's going on with the organization. Like, are they not testing? Like, how do you get 22 cases? Like, that's what I'm not understanding. But I think they should get a sanction. I mean, they might have did it on purpose, man. You know, they running up against them Buffalo Bills, man. You
Shit.
know, they might have tried to sabotage that game to try to buy a few days to, game plan for the Bills. But man, give them a fine. But like the owner's saying, the show must go on, man. The season got to go on, man.
Okay. And speaking of the season going on in the show, it's been a lot of rookie quarterback. Well, not a lot, but it's been some rookie quarterbacks that's really been showing off. Whether it was Joe Burrow, whether it was Herbert. I'm gonna stick with you, Ice, on this one. Out of the rookie quarterbacks, man, who do you like? Who's been showing you the most right now?
Ice just dropped off for a second, so let's. Oh no, there you go. Okay, he's back. Hey.
Okay, yeah, Ice. Out of the rookie quarterbacks, who you like, man? Joe Burrow? You like Herbert? Who you rocking with?
I like Burrow. I like Burrow. But to be honest, I really don't care about the rookie quarterbacks.
They the future money earners, man.
Listen, man, right now, I'm watching this star power. Like it's a privilege to watch the Lamar Jacksons, the Russell Wilsons,
the Patty Mahomes,
the Josh Allens. Like outside of Russell, that's the future of the league, man.
He keep mentioning Josh Allen. Stop laughing,
you
Bo.
Goddamn right.
Shut up, Bo. Shut up, Bo. Shut up, Bo.
Hey, Bo. Bo. I like walking to me Wentz.
Yeah, I like Josh Allen. I like Josh Allen.
He's 10 times better than walking to me Wentz right now.
He is.
10 times better.
I can't knock it. He is.
I don't even like Josh Allen, but he balled.
He was balling. I told y'all about Josh Allen last year.
If we gonna have an MVP, like if MVP was to happen right now, it's gonna be him or Russell Wilson.
Don't forget Aaron Rodgers. Don't forget Aaron Rodgers. He balling. He only sick.
He balling, but listen, man.
Hey, I know one thing.
Mitchell
Trubisky gonna be back in the starting lineup in another week.
Preach it, Bo. Preach it, Bo.
Hey, D, what I tell you?
Preach it, Bo. Come on, let's go.
And real quick, before I go to the next person on this rookie quarterback situation, I got to speak on something that I was wrong about. A couple of years ago, you had some quarterbacks coming out. One of the quarterbacks coming out was Dwayne Haskins. I argued court down how Dwayne Haskins was the better choice for the New York Giants than Danny Dimes. Argued him down.
You weren't wrong, Bo. I mean, Irv.
I was wrong.
No, you were wrong about the comparison to Danny Dimes, but
Haskins just got sat down. Okay, he got to sit down. He got to watch a little bit more. So, Courtney, I owe you an apology, brother.
Yeah. No, you don't, Irv.
No, you don't. You don't owe Courtney an apology.
Did you see what I sent?
Nah, I ain't see what you sent. So, So real quick, so I'm gonna go to Bo, man.
Comparison to Danny Dimes. It was never about Danny Dimes for me.
Yeah, to me, I just felt like
don't go to Bo. Go to Ice. I need to hear this.
All right, Ice, go ahead. Correction.
Listen, man, it's the color of his skin, bro.
No,
Facts.
It's the color of his skin, bro.
Facts.
How you about to sit this man down? And his numbers is better than Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes ain't won a game this year. The Giants have 3 total touchdowns.
See, look, you already messed up.
The entire league.
You already messed up by wondering why he's being benched as compared to Daniel Jones. I keep telling y'all.
See, Irv, this is why I told you to go there first.
Why are you comparing him to the loser?
Good point.
Hey, man. So why are you benching him?
No. Answer why Washington is benching. It ain't got nothing to do with Danny Dimes.
I don't know.
Washington is benching him because he's a black quarterback.
Didn't bench him. Ron Rivera benched him.
Yeah, he's a black quarterback.
I'm gonna ask y'all the question.
That ain't even why he benched him.
I'm gonna ask y'all the question I asked last year, since we're now 2 years removed. I'm gonna ask y'all the question I asked when he was at Ohio State. Y'all ready?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Name the successful Ohio State quarterback.
I said that first, Court. Don't steal
my
question.
I got you. Name the successful Ohio State one.
Mike Thompson, the last one.
Name the successful. Who was his coach? Urban was his coach or no?
Mike Thompson? Or are you talking about
Urban Meyer?
Haskins was Urban, yeah.
He was Urban. Who was Urban's quarterback? Success.
Tim Tebow?
That's the last one.
That's the last successful one.
We got Tim Tebow's success.
Unless you include Cam Newton.
We looked at Dwayne Haskins and said, "Hell yeah, he's gonna be a rock star."
Who does Washington have though?
Correct. Jump in on this, man. Can I get 3 minutes?
Yeah. Go ahead. Be Stanfield. Go ahead. Get
some. This is not a.
Hold on, Vaughn.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Ice.
His quarterback rating is in the positive.
Mm-hmm.
He has more touchdowns than he threw interceptions. Like, I just who the hell do they got? Who do they got?
They got rid of their best running back.
You got rid of himself.
Like, Chase Young was hurt. Like, so he's probably their best defender. Like,
Wait,
who the hell do they got?
Ice, you gotta let me get in on this, bro.
Go ahead.
This is because this is about to be hilarious. This ain't about black or white, bro. Although listen, Dwayne Haskins was never Ron Rivera's pick at quarterback. Let's start right there. He was never Ron Rivera's pick at quarterback. Mm-hmm. And this was evident because when Ron Rivera accepted the job, he brought Kyle Allen with him. And then in game 1 against San Francisco, a team that many people believed would return to the NFC Championship, at least maybe the Super Bowl again this year, San Francisco took a 17-point lead, and then who led them back? Dwayne Haskins. Put up 24 unanswered points on them boys and iced them. And Chase Young was monumental in that game, the Ohio State connection, which I hate giving them credit because I'm an Alabama guy, Roll Tide, but them boys wrecked house. The very next game, Chase Young damn near rips up his hamstring. Has not played since then. Since then, the defense has been atrocious. So Dwayne Haskins has, as a second-year starter on a team that probably that the coach don't even want him to start, has had more onus on him than he probably was capable of handling at that point in time. And yet he's still the 18th ranked passer in the NFL, but he's lost the last 2 games, but still put up competitive numbers. And then all of a sudden, he's getting benched the week that Chase Young is coming back so that Chase Young and that defense can get back on track and make him look good because he knows he can make mistakes because the defense will make up for it. Get the fuck out of here. It's about Ron Rivera and him wanting his guys, Ron Rivera, the coach and GM, wanting him and his guys to go ahead and shine while they're in power. That's what this is about. Dwayne Haskins is not a great quarterback, but he damn sure ain't a horrible one. He ain't nowhere near as bad as some of these other quarterbacks that are starting across this league. So let's be clear. It ain't about black and white, it's about Ron Rivera. And he's gonna end up just like Doc Rivers without a job.
Well, and
good point. Good point. Now, Bo, talk to me, man, about these young quarterbacks. Who you like, man? Is it Herbert? Is it Burrows? Who you got your eye on so far this year? Who's impressed you?
I think both of the boys look good. To be honest with you, I'm impressed with both of them. They both showed me they can play in this league, and they both look good. But I'm gonna get on this Dwayne Haskins thing. Obviously, what I said. And let's be real. When you're a young black quarterback in the NFL, you don't get a fair shot. You don't have you don't get the same treatment as a white quarterback. We know that. I see you over there looking crazy, Courtney, but it ain't. You said that, but we all know that. It's no different than us being black men in America. We don't get the same fair shot as a white man. So it's no different. But him being benched right now is some bullshit. It really is. Like, first of all, you don't have no off season. You don't have no OTAs, no mini camps, nothing. You get a new coach and a new offensive scheme, and you benching this guy after the first 4 games, and you're tied for first place. Like, why? Like, come on, that's some bullshit. Like, and let's be honest, this is basically his rookie year. He didn't play last year. So you drafted this guy. Well, you didn't draft him, but the Washington organization drafted him top 10 in the draft the year before, and he's gonna be benched. He went down the 3rd string right now. They said, matter of fact, he's really on the practice squad. That's what I heard.
They put a guy whose leg looks like a robo leg in front of him.
And
do you think this is like a humbling situation? You're giving him a chance to watch?
No,
I mean, they said you want to put somebody in that know his offense, because I really think, okay, obviously we all know the NFC East is weak this year. So Ron Rivera is trying to steal him a playoff berth this year, because nobody expected Washington to make the playoffs or even be any kind of competitor this year. But we see, except Courtney, I don't know why, but we see how weak the NFC East is. And so he feels like he can steal him a playoff berth with a quarterback that know his offensive scheme. That's the only thing I can think of. But they still won't make the playoffs. So it really don't matter.
Okay. Very interesting.
Hey, can I I am you guys that feel like it's a black or white thing. I just want to make notice that I was having the same argument when Dak Prescott wasn't being paid over Carson Wentz. And then the time that they're both in the league, we see who the fucking trash bag currently is, and we see Dak Prescott putting up 500 yards a game. But
they lose it. Who in first place?
They're tied. Like you said, Washington is tied. They're tied. But
no, we're not tied. We're in first. We're not tied. We have one less loss than them. We're not tied.
I know when I was making the argument about Dak Prescott being equally paid, I was told it's not about black or white, it's about talent. Remember? That's what I was told at that point.
I'm going to tell you why Dak didn't get paid.
Hold on. I got you. I was told it was about talent, just like I was told by everybody that Carson Wentz was a top 10 quarterback. We've seen in the consistency of what those results have been. Back on the Dwayne Haskins part of it, y'all might be right. But remember, nobody in the organization wanted to draft him minus the owner. So when you brought in a new coaching staff that didn't want to hire him, time was ticking. D got a point. When you brought Kyle Allen directly from the place you was, the writing was kind of on the wall. So Dwayne was going to have to show up and show out completely to basically keep that job, whatever may have you.
He's going to have to give them no excuses to bench him. No excuses.
Basically, it would have been absolutely none, whether he's seen something in practice, whatever the case was. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why Ron is moving the way it is, but you had to know when somebody bring their guy with them, they probably want their guy in there, so they're looking for you to screw it up. I'm not sure if he did. I don't really know the bottom of it. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. But my last point is to get that ice over here who keep trying to compare him to Danny Dimes. First and foremost, man, all of y'all over here think Peyton Manning is fire. Danny Dimes in 16 games has equal the exact numbers and more yards than Peyton Manning. Y'all relax on my homeboy.
It's a passing league, bro. Yo, you stop being so damn disrespectful.
Hey, Irv, can I?
Joe Burrow is my young boy. I am following Joe Burrow, and he is balling. That's what I'm happy about with the young. I'm happy that Joe out there just flinging that thing. He needs a little bit more help, but I like what I see from Joe.
Okay, yeah, D, go ahead.
I just want to answer your question. Joe Burrow is the best rookie. First of all, Bo was right earlier when he popped jokes on me. Even though I don't like to give Bo credit either because he's a piece of shit. But there's only 2 rookies starting right now. There should be 3, but there's only 2. Joe Burrow is the best rookie starting right now. He's doing more with less. Although I have to say that I'm not necessarily.
He has talent around him, D.
Bro, he don't have as much talent around him as Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert playing with house money right now. And let's be clear, the conspiracy is on deck because I don't think it's a coincidence that they motherfucking punctured Tyrod Taylor's lung the week after he got his first dub, and all of a sudden Justin Herbert's the starter, and then Tyrod Taylor never gets the job back.
He has a grievance.
This is some bullshit. It's the second time an injury has ended Tyrod Taylor's reign as the starting quarterback.
I mean, he has a grievance.
And I don't think that he's a phenomenal quarterback either, but I don't think that that's the way that you want to lose your job, by a team doctor puncturing your fucking lung, and all of a sudden now you got to give up your starting job and never get it back. That sounds like never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he has a grievance. Well,
that being said, hold on. That being said, you said Joe Burrow has talent around him. Joe Burrow does not have an offensive line. Joe Burrow has a all-star, has a Pro Bowl receiver who hasn't played in 2 years, and Joe Burrow has a solidified running back and no defense. And yet and still, he's tied one game and won another game against teams that are not necessarily pushovers. So and then his ability to weather the storm and pressure in certain cases, and his accuracy is outstanding. So let's not minimize what he's been able to do. I appreciate Joe Burrow, and I think that all jokes aside, I feel like if they do right by him, which is going to involve some front office moves, maybe in the coaching ranks starting. But I feel like if they do right by him, they could really do some things with him.
Okay, and you know what? That's the perfect segue.
Hold on. Before you say that, Irv, Tress Jordan, me, D. Stanfield, Irv, and maybe Ice, we all agree with you. The only person that don't agree with you right there is Bo. You know what I
mean? That's the perfect segue, because I want to talk about, now I want to kind of go and talk about greatness.
Man, you see y'all see Nick Foles out here?
Hold on. Breonna Stewart and Sue Bird dominating, win another WNBA championship. And I understand a lot of people aren't technically watching the WNBA right now, but to the people who, to the ball players, I'm gonna start with you, Ice. Where does it rank these two ladies in the annals of just women's basketball? Where do these young ladies rank in getting another championship?
On getting another one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Bird definitely.
Well, I mean, if Sue don't retire,
this Sue and Bree is second one together.
If Sue don't retire, they got a chance to go back to back. Because she.
I mean, but did they get this chip because Maya wasn't in the league this year?
They still would have got it, because the Minnesota team is completely, like, that team is gone. That Minnesota team is gone. Like, they don't even have the same team.
Is Simone Augustus still there in Minnesota?
No. They got, everybody's gone. Even Sylvia Fowles is gone. So I feel bad for Angel McCoughtry, man. She's one of my favorite players, man.
Mine too. I used to rock with her when she was in Atlanta.
She just can't get over the hump. Like, she tried a new look, got to the Aces with the young girl, Aja Wilson, the MVP actually, who was MVP this year. They get to the final, and you run into, man, two potentially top 10 greatest women's basketball players of all time. Like, I mean, Breonna Stewart was she was looking like KD out there, man. Like it wasn't nothing you could do. Like she was doing whatever she wanted against them,
She was
and
doing whatever
it's
she wanted to do out there.
like, and she had a chip on her shoulder because she tore her what she tear last year? Not her ACL.
PCL, wasn't it?
Nah, Achilles. She tore Achilles last year. So
Okay.
that's a gruesome injury. That's like tough to come back from, rehab and all of that. And she came back like nothing was wrong. Like she's the truth. She is the truth. She's the next one. Like
Oh wow.
she's the next one. She's gonna be the next Taurasi, I believe.
She definitely the next one.
And you know what's crazy, Ice? Before I go to the next
one, Taurasi, but she the next one.
When Brittany Granger came into the league, I thought nobody was ever going to win another championship while she was in the league, especially with her being with Diana. But I guess I was wrong. I thought Brittany was just going to be the absolute
grinder.
It's so
grinder.
So the game is so skilled. Like the skill positions are dominating. Like they're dominating the league. Like Breanna Stewart, ain't she 4 for 4 in college? Like didn't she win 4 chips?
Yeah, she won 4 in a row, right? Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, like come on now, like she is. If she wins,
Stewie is a monster, bro.
If she wins, so how many rings do Diana got?
3.
And Stewie, this is like Stewie 4th or 5th year in the league. Like, isn't even her 4th? And she got 3. I mean, she got 2.
I think it's about her 3rd or 4th. I think it's 4.
It's her 4th year. It might be her 4th or 5th year in the league. It's her 5th year, but she got the Achilles that took her out.
So it's her 4th year. She's got 2 chips, bruh. She about to. I'm sorry, Diana, but she already won up you on the college.
Yeah.
And you still she hasn't even reached her prime yet. Like she might mess around the 3-peat. Like for real stuff. She might mess around the 3-peat because she's that good. Like
especially if Sue don't retire. Exactly. If they go for one more, bro.
Exactly.
Okay, dope. So Courtney, how you feel about this tandem? What you think of them?
I mean,
how do they like their history?
All respect to Sue Bird, man. Sue Bird, a legend. Like that's solidified. She's a Hall of Famer by far. So Sue Bird, by far, Hall of Famer. I really don't have a grudge with Breanna Stewart, though I grew up. Diana Taurasi is my favorite player ever, but I grew up supporting the Lady Vols. So, I ride with Candace and all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ride with Candace and all of them for the most.
Shout out to Shamika Holdsclaw, probably
the
best player that ever touched the court, period.
Bobbitt. I'm missing some people. Cappy. I'm just missing people, but
Candace Parker.
Shout out to all of them. They was hooping. So to me, Sue Bird, and I'm gonna do that like I said, Breanna Stewart. She fuck around the 3-peat, bro. She like one of them. She's one of them. Yeah. You can really do it. That Aja Wilson, shout out to you. You gave it what you got. This ain't no knock to you, Aja.
MVP of the league too. MVP of the league.
Aja, you just got to get to that level. This is no knock to you, baby. But Breanna's a problem. Like
in year 2 to win MVP of the league, that speaks volume.
Yeah, shout out to her. I don't know if she 3-peat because I think that young lady in the LA Sparks is gonna have a hell of an offseason. I think as a point guard, she's gonna come back bigger and better. And this rookie year was just minimal. Shout out to Swing Cash, Trust Raven. That her rookie year was just minimal for what I think. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now, but
Tay Cooper.
Tay Cooper.
That need to stay out of Dwight Howard bed, man.
Yeah. I think she gonna get it right, get it tight, but yeah, I know they won. I was just
waiting. Won?
I just wanted to see.
Bo
was right about Nick Fogg. Yeah.
He didn't win him the game.
No, Eddie Jackson just won him the game, but yeah, I got you.
Remember last week when I said the Bears is good? The Bears is still good, baby. They beat somebody now.
They did. They still ain't making the playoff.
All right. So, Bo, what's your thoughts on Sue Bird and Breonna Stewart, man? Where do they rank? I mean, is this another Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops? You know,
I don't even know who all of them is, man.
Hey, man, I know all them people. I don't watch women basketball, man. That's I don't. Hey, if it ain't the,
here we go. No. Mute.
Here we go.
Mute. Irv, go somewhere else. Go somewhere else.
All right. Well, speaking of great players, Maya Moore, this is my favorite player.
We will not do that shit today.
Yeah, Maya Moore is my favorite player. She took time off. She's a newlywed. I'm not laughing, but you know she did help a guy get out of prison.
Move on.
She ended up marrying said gentleman.
Let's not talk about the pen pal marriage. Come on, man. Let's move on.
But do you think, D, this question is for you. Do you think she's going to come back into the league? Because to me, she is one of the greats. I believe she has 4 championships in her illustrious career. She did it on a collegiate level. She did it on a professional level. Do you think she's coming back, or do you think that marital bliss is going to keep her out of the league?
Diana Taurasi is the best player that I've ever seen not because of the skill alone, but because she's a dog. I remember Maya being a better player than Diana, but she ain't necessarily always had that dog.
And Maya had a complete game.
Yeah.
Listen, Maya's a better player than Diana, but Diana got something in her that ain't normal. She ain't normal.
She ain't going to get married in the middle of her.
Shut up. That's partially because she ain't interested in penis.
Hey.
But
Whoa. She can still get married. It's 2020.
No. We talking about comparison to Maya Moore and what she did versus Rossi. It's not. It has nothing to do with. We all agree that we don't give a fuck who you love. You can't control who you love anyway. But that's neither here nor there. In context of this conversation, Diana Taurasi is not doing what Maya did because Diana Taurasi ain't got the same interest that Maya got. And while you on that subject, Herb, that may be a part of what has spurred her to have that dog, because she got similar. She has a similar makeup to other motherfuckers with that dog.
So she got that Kobe in her. She got that Mike in her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Are you planning on coming back, y'all?
I think Maya is coming back.
Well, for me personally, the best I ever seen isn't Diana, is Cheryl. I had the ability for my mom to.
I didn't get to see Cheryl.
That's what I'm saying. I had the ability for moms to take me to actually see that. So for me, the play I've ever seen was Lady Mike. Just out of respect to her. Shout out Swing Cash. Somebody else said it here. Shout out Swing Cash, Augusta.
Shout out Swing Cash. My whole thing is, I say Diana's the best that I've ever seen. I think Maya's the best player I've ever seen, but I never saw Cheryl Miller up close.
No, not Cheryl Miller. Cheryl Swoops. Not Cheryl.
No, I'm talking about Cheryl Miller.
Okay.
I know where you coming from. The way my pops and my uncle used to talk about Cheryl Miller was different.
Correct.
Every old school cat would tell you Cheryl Miller was different. Like she was.
I never got to see Cheryl play.
Yeah,
They said she could have started in the league.
Yeah. Dude, I know that say Cheryl.
I mean, Reggie Miller himself has been on shows saying that she used to dog him close to his college years.
Yeah.
So that's not normal, bro. So I don't want to discount what she was able to bring to the table. The Cynthia Coopers of the world, the Cheryl Swoops of the world, the Sylvia Files of the world, man. And by the way, Sylvia Files is returning to Minnesota this year. I just read it. So if Maya comes back, she won't be totally alone. But
Tina Thompson, that was my girl.
Tina Thompson, yo, chill with Tina Thompson, bro.
Maybelline, boy.
Yo, okay.
You could have had a chapstick.
I don't know if Maya's coming back this year, but I can tell you, unless she comes back, the true parity that exists in the WNBA will not return to its rightful place. I'll tell you that, because what Seattle's doing, like it's literally not fair. And I thought that Diana would be able to compete this year, but it's not on the same level as it has been, and it probably
when you got Brittany, man.
Yeah. Stewie's been a monster ever since she was at UConn. So, I honestly feel like the only way somebody gonna compete with them, teams are gonna compete with them is if let's just say out of the BS of the world, Maya decides to go to Connecticut and play with Elena. Then we got a problem.
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Why are we still talking about this?
See, this is why you were on mute. That's why you got
muted.
Say bye to Bo. All right. this is
so real quick. We almost near the end of the show, so we winding down. But D, this question is for you because you brought this up. There's an investigation going on into match fixing in the world of tennis. Can you break this down a little bit, D, and kind of tell us what's going on and how you see the situation?
So, I don't know the particulars of it because they haven't elaborated on it. But in the French Open, there's an investigation going on with fixed matches going on in the tennis world. They won't say whether it's on the men and the female side, but I would suspect it's on the male side because men are historically greedy and have ties. Especially when you talk about the French Open, you're talking about mob ties because that's where the mob flourishes in Italy and France. So, I mean, I don't want to speculate. I don't know. I don't want to because we're operating in the media, so we only deal with facts. But the report is out there. I am interested to see where this is going, and I think it's big because I think it's been going on for a while. Quite frankly, I'm just being honest. I've been watching tennis for quite some time. I've always been an Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras guy. Recently, I've become a Djokovic person over the last 4 or 5 years, and this is a big thing for me because I think it's been going on for a while.
Yo, my girl was Sanchez Vicario.
Time out. I got a question. Did you?
That was my heart.
Is involved?
Say that again.
Did you say the mob?
I said because we're talking about the French Open, and historically the mob operates in France and Italy.
Mm-hmm.
It could be mob oriented if matches are being fixed.
I'll just say this: I hope it doesn't mess with Serena Williams' legacy. I've watched the Williams sisters from the beginning. I feel like
untouchable.
But before I saw Serena, I thought Navratilova was the greatest I've ever seen, and then I got a chance to see Serena from the beginning. She's the best I've ever seen.
You thought Navratilova was better than Monica Seles?
Yeah.
Before Monica. Okay.
Straight up and down. But I hope this doesn't mess with either Williams sisters' legacy because I feel like they're the best to ever do it.
Untouchable.
I hope so.
I think that they're untouchable as well, but Michael Jordan was untouchable until the mom touched it. So let's be clear.
They can listen. They can tell me every match Serena ever won was rigged and paid for. I'm gonna tell you, she still crip walked after she won, so you can't take it back now, baby.
I hear you. But like I said, Michael Jordan was untouchable until the mob touched him. Shout out to Kristaps Porzingis.
As far as what you was talking about, though, as far as matches being rigged and all that, I think a lot of stuff is rigged. I don't.
Yeah.
But if we want to go with the politics of who's rigged and paying for what, a lot of this is. Come on, man. Like let's be real, all right? Like
been rigged, man.
Everything is rigged a little bit. Everything's a little bit rigged. You hear me? Everything.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll go with that. Let me drop out so I can let Bo in. Hey, but he's on mute. He's not allowed to speak until we're sure that he's not going to say nothing.
Let's unmute Bo. We're actually getting close to our final perspective. I'm not going to set that off yet. But Bo, do you have anything to add on this subject?
I don't even watch tennis, bro.
Man, I ain't watched tennis since Pete Sampras and Andre Agassi, man.
Yeah.
I told you. I didn't know why I told y'all.
When Irv went, you know what? Irv, you off the camera, bro.
Yo. Well, hold on.
No. First perspective is without the host right now. We running our own show right now because Irv don't know how to fucking run the shit.
What's crazy is Bo got on the tennis headband.
Yo, that's the Roger Federer right there.
Bo looking like the Black Terror, man.
Hey man,
out there and they watch tennis in about 15 years, bro.
The fat football players they wear this, man.
He definitely looked like a darker version of James Blake. And my bad, bro. I know you don't know who that is. He's another tennis star.
Hey, Herb. Go ahead into the final subject, Herb. You might as well just keep flowing.
Man, we at the 15-minute mark, man. So we let's go into it, guys. Everybody who has been looking, thank you so much. Shout out to the On Point Network. Shout out to the Rise Up Sports family. Miss Joy, thank you. You had the comments on fire today. I know you love Russell. Just understand we all love Russell as well. Shout out to Trust Raven. You here every week. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. But now it's time to go into our final perspective.
Hey,
Whoa, you've been on.
Hold on. Before we go into final comments, you being a Baltimore guy, there was an article put out at the beginning of this year that said that Lamar Jackson was the number one ranked quarterback in the NFL, followed by Russell Wilson, and then Patrick Mahomes, then Aaron Rodgers, and then Drew Brees. Do you yourself still feel that way, or do you feel as though that entire article was misguided?
I won't say that the article was misguided. He was the reigning MVP, and he deserved the right to have that number one ranking at the beginning of the season.
As an all-around quarterback?
He was the MVP. He deserved that. He deserved the right to walk in as that rank. Is he currently playing as the number one quarterback?
Hell no.
No. Right now it's going to Patty Mahomes. Patty Mahomes is the number one quarterback in the NFL right now.
He didn't play as the number one quarterback when he lost his first playoff game.
By Big Russ out there in Seattle. So, no, my quarterback is not playing as the number one quarterback right now. But to start the season, he was the reigning MVP, and he deserved that ranking.
You don't deserve to be number one quarterback. And what you did in that playoff game last year, I don't care what nobody say.
Facts.
He wasn't the number one quarterback last year.
Facts.
He was just the MVP of the league. He wasn't the best.
He might have been the number one player in the NFL, but he wasn't the number one quarterback.
He was
make that make sense. Make that make sense. He was doing things at the quarterback position that nobody had really done on that level.
He was the best player in the NFL. He wasn't the best quarterback. He was the best player.
Irv.
He was the best quarterback.
Irv. The year that Russell Westbrook,
the best quarterback, won the Super Bowl.
The year that Russell Westbrook won the when he averaged a triple double, he was considered the best player in the NBA, right? Was he the best point guard?
No,
but he played point guard, right?
He had the best season in the NBA.
He had the best season.
So we gotta put it in. We gotta put it in context.
Lamar Jackson was the best quarterback last year.
He was he had the best season.
No, he wasn't.
LeBron James has been the best player in the world for the last 14 years, but he's only got 4 MVPs.
No, he ain't been the best player in the world the last 14 years. Okay, Kobe still was playing. Okay, stop it, I say. He been the best player.
14 years, bro.
And listen,
last 14 years, bro.
Last 10 years. I get 10. 10.
14, bro.
Last 10.
Listen, all of that sounds real good, and I appreciate it. But hey, I need to go. I'm gonna go with Bo. Bo, talk to me. What's your final perspective?
Wait. Tristan Joy. The reason why people say he wasn't the best point guard is because as the position of point guard is currently defined, he was not the best at that position. You cannot just because you lead the league in assists, when you lead the league in turnovers as well, that diminishes your contribution. That's why.
AD Stanfield, you keep trying to stop me from doing what I need to do.
Man, do what you got to do, man. Go ahead.
Thank you, Bo. Final perspective. Cook for me, please.
Tomorrow night is a game 5 of the NBA Finals. 9 times out of 10, I'm going for Miami, but the Lakers probably win that game. And LeBron will have his 4th ring, and people are going to be saying, "Oh, he's closer to Jordan and all that." I just want y'all to know I'm not a LeBron hater. I actually like Bron. He's just the fourth best player of all time on my Mount Rushmore. That's all I got to say. He would never be better than Mike, Kobe, or Kareem. I'm done. Good night. Be safe, everybody. And that's all I got to say.
Okay. Iceman, talk to me. Final perspective, man. What you got to say?
Oh shit, we gotta bring Ice back in. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ, man.
Okay.
Ice. No, there you go. All right, there you go, Ice.
Okay, Ice, talk to me,
comment.
man. What's your final perspective, man? Cook as long as you need to.
Oh man, not again. Jesus Christ. Come on, Ice.
Okay, I tell you what, Courtney, I'm gonna go to you while we fix getting our technical difficulty.
No, we back.
Are you here to stay, Ice? All right, final perspective, man.
Final comments, bro.
Ice?
Y'all can't. He got to wait till you tap in. Can y'all hear me?
Ice, final comments. All right, court, final comments, man.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
We didn't get to speak on this. It's going to be very quickly. D updated us prior to jumping on the show, but I just want to send love and blessings and support to Cappy Pondexter, man. They say she is safe and doing well and getting her the help she needed. Shout out to that. I was kind of like bothered by that earlier today. I look at her one of them legends in the female hoop world as well, man. So shout out to her, wishing her the best of luck. That's all I had.
Okay. And then just for myself, my final perspective, I think I'm gonna go back to the NFL. They have an interesting deal with this Tennessee Titans situation. I understand these guys, they want to play football. I don't think they're being forced to play. I don't think they're being, these guys want to play football. So I think it's going to be really interesting in how the NFL handles the situation. To me, I think forfeits should be in the conversation, but I'm not sure. I'm really going to sit back and watch. Just in terms of who's handled this COVID thing in the sports world, I think Dana White has done a good job. I think the NBA has done a good job.
Everybody's done a good job besides the NFL.
Right. It's like, although you had that Florida Marlins situation, the way Major League Baseball was structured and having the ability to do 2-a-days and 7 innings and stuff like that, they had a contingency plan to recover. You can't do that with the NFL. It's only but so many games you can push back, adjust. They've already taken the Tennessee Titans by. If they continue to have positive tests, NFL, what do you do? What do you do? How do you handle this? So I'm going to sit back and watch and see, how does this work? And that's my final perspective. So, D, take us home, man. What you got to say?
Yeah, let's have this conversation.
Okay.
So shout out to the entire Phresh Perspective crew. Shout out to Bo 2.0. He has a flagrant, excessively flagrant mouth. Especially as it pertains to the women. And so I apologize on his behalf. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. You guys definitely elevate us. I appreciate the question. I appreciate you guys holding us to the fire. Fisher Joy, man, you were on fire tonight, man. I appreciate that. It was dope. I think you made some excellent points. I think you are a little misinformed, specifically with regard to Russell Westbrook. The 2017-2018 season is when the assist rule changed, and that's the first year that he led the league in assists at 10.3, and then the next year at 10.7. So, it's not a mistake. It's a correlation. It's a correlation that's based in facts. And so, when we want to speak in facts and facts alone, that's how we gonna live. Everybody on this panel loves Russell Westbrook. especially the energy and the veracity that he brings to the game. And so I don't ever want to diminish that. But as it pertains to winning a championship, you need more than just veracity, athleticism, and and talent. You need to have a clear conscience on how to operate in certain situations. And Bo said it best: situational basketball is critical when you get to the playoffs, especially. Maybe not in the regular season. And let's be clear: the majority of his awards and prowess thrive in the regular season, but nobody really give a fuck about that shit. Everybody is thriving in the playoffs. And prior to James Harden and KD leaving, first round, peace out. So, and that includes the bye Damian Lillard. Now that being said, I'm gonna go back to me and Bo's point from 5 months ago. Stop making life decisions based off of finances. Stop being greedy with how you live and function in the sports world. You shouldn't even be playing sports. But if you decide to go about it, do the right thing. I know you wanna smash as guys and female as females, males, and asexuals, whatever you want to call yourselves, whatever pronoun you want to use. I know that you have desires and needs and wants. Do it the right way. Make sure you're taking, if you don't give a fuck about yourself, take the people that are relying on you and counting on you and depending on you to be a stand-up person as it pertains to their life. Take those people into consideration. All right? Because we know what the deal is as to why people are still playing and why people are still going to work as a whole. People need money. It's not worth your life, man, because you can't take the cash with you. So that's all I got to say, man. TLDT comes on Wednesday nights, 9:30. I'm not going to shy away from that. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in to Phresh Perspective. The Rise Up Family platform is dope. Please go to the On Point Network and download the On Point application and subscribe to the page, subscribe to the YouTube page so you can continue to get all of our posts, man. We are here and we live, man. So let's get it popping.
Okay, now Ice, you back. Bring us home, man. What's your final perspective? Ice.
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 Hold up. I got you, bro. Hold up.
All right, man.
Hey, there you go. Hey, before Ice go, I got Dodgers and the Astros, and we ain't touch on that. Dodgers and the Astros in the World Series.
Okay. Ice, you with us?
Shout out to the Buffalo Bills, man. Bills Mafia, we 4-0. Let's keep this momentum going. I know Tennessee, we got having that issue, but they pushed the game back. Everybody just continue to stay safe. Just stay safe. Man, if you can, all that going out, just stay in the house, man. Like we've been saying for the last 5-6 months, just stay away from people. I just want to, just give a shout out to Phresh Perspective Sports. These are my guys. Every week we tune in, we talk good stuff. The participation is great. Let's just continue.
Let's go.
All right, guys. And so thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in this week. We will be back next Thursday. Peace and blessings.
Peace out.